guys, Andy Marcoux here from Coachman'sDelight.com. Just got finished with a really nice drive. It's a little bit of a raw day here in New England, but not too bad for driving. Thought I'd talk to you a little bit about what should you be doing with your horse during this whole COVID-19 crisis and shutdown and world strangeness that we're going through. Is there something specific that you should be doing? Is there something that you should not be doing with your horse? Well, I'll tell you about it in 1 minute. But first, let me tell you, if you haven't been introduced to me before, my name's Andy Marcoux. I am a professional horse and carriage driving trainer. That means I teach horses and people how to carriage drive all over the country. My website, Coachman'sDelight.com, is where I share most of my tips and training in the form of online classes and articles and downloadable lesson plans. So I certainly encourage you to go ahead and check that out. All right, back to the subject at hand. What do I mean? What should you be doing with your horse during the COVID-19 thing? Well, nothing I'm about to tell you has anything to do with the cold or the flu or the COVID or anything like that. It has to do with your focus and your attention for your horse. I think a lot of people experienced that first week when the whole world seemed to shut down and they told all of us, hey man, you got to stay at home. And a lot of horse people were like, what are you talking about? You mean you want me to stay at home the whole week with my ponies? And everybody went crazy, and I saw tons of pictures of people out there, on trail rides with friends doing like all of those things that nobody really necessarily had the time to do. Most people, they only get a couple of days on the weekends. So 5 unfettered days of a full week with their horse. Oh man, they were doing all kinds of really cool stuff. And then we found out that 1 week was going to stretch into 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks started to stretch out into 3 and 4 weeks. And people started to get to feeling like they were a little bit lost. That first week, you did all those really cool, fun, exciting things that you just wish you had the time to do. And now it's like, whoa, wait, I've got all this time to work with my pony. What do I do with that time? Here are a couple of things that I want to talk to you about as far as things that you should be doing with your horse during this time and things that you probably shouldn't be doing. The number one don't do with your horse thing is I've heard a lot of people say, well, it's okay. I've got nothing to get my horse fit for since everything's canceled this year. Oh man, you are setting yourself up for trouble now, pal, because what's going to happen when things get turned back on and we get into the summer and all at once they say, hey, you know what? Horse shows aren't so bad. There are people, there's certainly not a lot of crowding at a carriage driving show. So go ahead, guys, go ahead and compete. Well, if you haven't been keeping your horse's fitness up during this period, you're going to show up there in July or August in the heat and say, oh my goodness, I didn't work on the horse's fitness because I thought that we weren't going to show this year. Don't approach this period with the attitude that you're not going to put the stuff that you're doing right now to use, maybe next year or something like that. What should you do during this period? This is a fantastic time to think about all of those things that fall by the wayside in our horses' training so easily. So what am I thinking about? Certainly stand training. We all know I'm a huge advocate of all of the stand training. I've got a lot of material on my website just about teaching your horse to stand. But really, I think this is a great time to take this well beyond having your horse standing well on the cross ties or having your horse standing well at the mounting block or to get hitched to a carriage there. I think that we need to think about not only just standing well while he's hitched to the carriage, but standing well, going for a walk, halting, continuing to stand well, going for a walk, come back, halt, continuing to stand well. This is a fantastic time because you don't have the time pressure of, gee, I only have a couple of days this weekend to work my horse, or I could only work my horse after work, and so I've got to get it done before the sun goes down. So you can be super duper patient about that kind of training. Another little bit of training that I know that we all let fall by the wayside is the rein back. It's really easy to forget to spend time working on your horse's rein back. And this time, when you have a whole bunch of extra time at home with your horse, this is an excellent time for you to work on that skill right there. Just start on the cross ties, just like we start for the stand training on the cross ties. Start with your rein back training on the cross ties. Talk to your horse about walking backwards. Trust me, for them, it's not super duper natural. They think we're kind of weird that we ask them to do that. So explain to the horse the project. Then come out and put them on your long lines or ground driving, and you ground drive him in your arena where you start to talk about that rein back. And then you start to put it into the carriage. So you have all the time in the world right now to do some of that very incremental training without taking away from your horse's regular work. You could go out and you could do your regular work in the morning and then maybe do a little bit of your ground driving rein back type stuff in the afternoon. So this moment in time, it's a really strange moment that we're all living together, but it's a fantastic opportunity for you and your horse to really kind of get some new and interesting things done and some things that you've never taken the time to do before. So, as I say, don't back off on your fitness training. Keep that fitness training as part of your horse's regimen. You're going to need it this fall, I guarantee you. Pay attention to those things that maybe have fallen by the wayside, that you now have a little bit more time that you can put your focused attention on, and keep up with that regular training, keep up with your focus goals, and put it in your head that if you were going to go to competitions or you were going to go to organized drives, those are still probably going to happen this maybe late this summer, maybe this fall, but we're going to get back to it. So take this opportunity to make your horse even better so that you can really arrive prepared. So I guess that's a cup of optimism for you, right? Get out there and play with your pony. It makes all the other noise about this stuff kind of fall by the wayside anyway. All right, have fun out there. Take care.